yeah, when people set goals, goals are actually expectations, right? When you set a goal, you expect to achieve a goal, right? Um, when people value just the final outcome, when people value just if they reach their goal or not, is bad, is failure, right? That's what you shouldn't do, right? Valuing just your final outcome is a bad thing, right? You should understand that you should value journey of growth. Journey of growth is everything. Your final outcome will just come, it will just happen. It's natural, it's coming naturally after you grow, right? And sticking yourself to your goal, sticking yourself to your expectation will just screw your mindset, screw your growth, it will screw everything. So basically, your goal is fine. Your goal should be, when it comes to goals, I'll come up with one super advanced training on goal setting, how people should set goals, and why goals are super important, how to break them down, how to achieve your mindset on goal setting, because it's way deeper than just setting a goal, setting deadline and writing down, some actions, right? It's way deeper than that. So basically expectations, goals are good, but they should, it's a long, deep story, which we can, we can talk on some other time, basically, but process is what brings you to your goal anyways.
So as you were saying, Pavle, one of the most important parts is just focusing on the process, because getting to doing everything just because of the reward or the goal, like some monetary stuff, it's not a good idea. And I agree with you, because if you are just doing everything because of the money you are going to get in the end, go to the practical thing. Rob a bank. If you don't care about the consequences and you don't care about the process, just do something illegal.
Hey, guys, I'm sensing a pattern here from Lucas. Pavle, he mentioned a while ago he was referring to Scarface. That's Al Pacino's movie, and now he's saying to rob a bank. Dude, what is wrong with you?
No, I'm just saying, if you are just doing things without caring about the process, and you are doing it to be, as in the end of Scarface, like a rich and depressed guy, if you want to be this guy, like you want to kill yourself, even if you have all the money in the world, yeah, go for it. You won't lose anything because you don't value anything. Okay, but out of jokes here, I'm not recommending you to do it. I'm saying that it's the wrong way to do things, because you're not going to value what you get if you just rob a bank, because you will never feel comfortable with this. So I'm just saying, do the things that you love, because otherwise it won't be better for you than robbing a bank.
Man, even robbing the bank, even robbing the bank is a process.
If you don't enjoy robbing banks, don't do it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Scarface went through the process, right? He started as a small criminal, right? And then he grew slowly, Everything is a process, right?
Yeah. So if you don't enjoy the process of being a criminal and running away from the police, don't do it.
That is something, enjoying the process. And I love what you said, that it's not the end goal which is important. Obviously, that's the goal. That's something we all strive to achieve. But it doesn't end there, right? It's the journey. It's the process. It's the steps going there that makes everything valuable, that makes that goal valuable. And that's something that we need to focus on. And that is something that really will bring joy and peace to our lives, to our business, and for future endeavors. What can you share, people that are in that space, that spectrum of doubt, despair, disappointments, or we can say failure? All right. What are the tips that you can share?
There are no certain tips, which people can, take or, do when it comes to failure. It all comes down to how they perceive failure, right? So empowering their perception of failure, empowering their approach when it comes to failure, they will do way better. So for those who feel who feel, who are in doubt, who are fearing the failure, trying to escape the failure, those people, for all of you, just understand one thing, that failure is part of the process. It must happen, right? It's necessary thing. It will happen anyways. No matter what you do, if you try to rob a bank, if you try to get Scarface, it will happen. Many times you will fail before you succeed, right? Doesn't matter, So
The main
failure is
difference
natural.
if you are this, sorry. The only difference if you are Scarface, you just can fail once. This is the difference.
It depends on your perception of what failure means, right?
Yeah.
If your failure means to be killed, right, then you can fail once.
Right.
Anyways,
He failed on the end of the film. He died. Oh, if you didn't watch this, sorry.
All right, let me just get thing go. So basically, failure must happen. Accept failure, right? Embrace failure, right? It's part of your process. It's part of this goal. You want to achieve a goal. Doesn't matter what it is. Failure is part of your goal. It must happen, and become familiar with that one. And when it comes to accepting the failure, what I would say majorly is go with expectation to fail. Approach your daily activities, approach your things with expectation to fail. And now let me tell you why. Because when you set your mind to expect to fail, you will approach differently. You won't stress yourself out about the outcome. You will enjoy what you're doing, and you will do your best to do it in the best possible way. And then besides just expecting to fail, on the one side, on the other side, expect to learn, right? Ask yourself the question, okay, I'm failing this right now, but what can I take from this? What can I learn from this? Why am I failing, right? What am I learning from this failure, right? And some people prefer not to call it failure, but I will call it failure, right? I will call it failure, because it's indeed our brain is programmed. Our mind is programmed to see it as a failure, and then trying to push this is not a failure, is a fake one, right? Accept it as a failure, embrace it, right? It's part of your process, it's part of you, it must happen. And ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Why I went through this journey, why I went through this thing, why is this happening to me, right? What can I learn? What can I take from this, right? Ask yourself this question and then write down the answer on the paper. I'm not joking, Embrace failure, accept it as a part of the journey, take a paper, and write down, what can I learn from this thing, right? You failed to get the client today, right? You got on a call. I'm just giving an example. You got on a call with your client and you failed to get him, as your client. He said no, basically. Take the paper, write down, what can I learn from this call? How am I better after this call? And then write down the answer. What did you learn? What did you do? What was good? What was bad? And what will you change next time? It's simple. It's super simple, but it will affect your mindset long term to accept failure, right? Things doesn't have to be complicated, right? We are going to complicate things all the time. Human beings have this potential to complicate things, but things are simple. And accepting the failure is a simple thing. It's a simple shift in your mindset, which will happen once you understand that it's part of the process. And once you start practicing accepting failure through expecting failure to happen, and through answering down, writing down the question, what did I learn from this? It's what I did, It's what I did for I don't know, let's say, my first year, my whole year in network marketing, I was expecting failure to happen on my sales meetings. I was going with this attitude. I'm young. I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to understand things, to build myself. I expect to fail, and I expect to learn something from this failure. And it gave me enormous energy to push and to keep growing, to keep learning, and to never stop, right? Because there's nothing which can stop me. There's nothing which can stop me, right? I was going, in infinite amounts of just trying and failing and learning, And with that attitude, anything is possible. You can achieve anything, right? Fail 1,000 times, get up, right?
Man, I just got an idea from what you said, and I think failure is a part, like considering failure a part of like expecting failure is what I mean that you said. expecting failure is one of the best things I ever heard in my life until now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because we were telling you before that we shouldn't expect anything from the projects that we are starting. But if we expect to fail, like we have a goal and we have the expectation of the process. If we expect to fail, each time you fail, you will feel closer to your goal.
Yeah.
And it will give you energy to continue. So psychologically, expecting fail is something very, very powerful, because every time you fail, you will feel closer to your goal.
There's a whole philosophy behind this one, man. It's super strong, right? And, to make it simple, the only one thing which can stop people from achieving their goals is failure. When their expectations are not met, then that's the moment when their mindset starts blocking them up, right? That's when their mindset comes up with so many doubts, fears, reasons to give up, reasons to stop, so many wrong things. When your expectations are not met, when you fail to meet your expectations, right? When you fail, right? But what if this failure, this thing which can stop you, becomes part of you? Becomes something which can stop you because you accepted it, right? It's part of your journey, part of your mindset. You expected that to happen, and you're majorly being focused on growing and learning and not getting anything out of that. And this is the major thing, if you don't expect to get anything out of the work you put, the hours you put, then those hours will be way more quality, way better. And let me explain, just a little bit in depth why. Expecting certain outcome to happen. When you take, I'm waiting. Okay, I'm waiting.
No, I can hear you.
I'm waiting for him to do this thing.
Man, your door is opening by itself on the background. Do you have ghosts in your house?
What?
Yeah, the door opened by itself.
Behind you.
Man, that's spooky.
I think I know what's going on. I know what's going on with your internet. It's the ghost.
The ghost is cutting you off, Pavle. The ghost is cutting you off.
The ghost is watching Netflix on your internet right now. It's robbing your signal.